and people with the weirdest body parts. People with ears on their arms, incredibly flexible bodies, or very long necks.
That exists? Wow!
Yes, it does. Get ready and meet them on this unconventional list. Number 1. Daniel Browning Smith. Contortions are the most spectacular thing you always see in a circus, aren't they? Well, it's precisely this ability that led Daniel from Mississippi, USA, to collect world records. After all, this unique man is also known as Rubber Boy for his fascinating act of being able to dislocate his arms and legs and turn his torso 180 degrees.
That's my shoulder blade.
It sounds incredible, but this performance granted him the title of the most flexible man in 2007 by the Guinness World Records. This flexibility has led Daniel to become a renowned actor and host of the History Channel series Stan Lee's Superhumans, featuring people with outstanding abilities.
He's already famous.
But what's more outstanding than him, right? Number 2. Kathy Jung. Sometimes people's beauty obsession goes too far and leads them to take really extreme actions. This happened to Kathy Jung, who holds the Guinness World Record since 1999 for having the smallest waist, which measures just 15 inches.
Tiny.
For this Connecticut woman, what started out as the enthusiasm and admiration for Victorian clothes later turned into a journey of more than 35 years of figure training with body corsets to reduce waist size.
I love the way the corset looks and fits. It makes me feel very special.
Her husband Bob supported her, so she decided to keep going with her waist size reduction in a very particular way, don't you think? Kathy made up her mind to start her waist training and gradually reduce size in 1986. Kathy says she feels quite comfortable, and despite she's in her 80s, her life is healthy and normal. And if you're wondering for how many hours she wears the corset, well, nothing but 23 hours a day. That's right, she takes it off only for 1 hour a day when she's taking a shower. Number 3. Fu Wengi. Having a long neck is fine for a giraffe, but for a teenager, it can be not only aesthetic torture, but also very detrimental to their health.
So sad.
This poor boy from Beijing, China, was born with a remarkably long neck, as he has 3 extra vertebrae than normal. That is, if the average person has 7, he has 10. But if you think his only problem is that people could compare him to a giraffe, you're wrong, because his health problems make him experience intense pain and even not be able to walk due to the nerves that are crushed by these vertebrae. In fact, he suffers from a disease known as congenital scoliosis, which usually develops at 6 weeks of pregnancy. Although his condition can be treated, the cost is extremely high. However, a charity pledged to help and operate the giraffe boy.
That is very admirable.
Number 4. Yu Jiangshu. Long eyelashes are the new beauty trend, but this woman took beauty standards to really long measures. Yu Jiangshu is from Jiangsu, China, and in 2018, she got the Guinness World Records for the longest eyelashes, which have a length of nothing but 4.88 inches. She can even stretch them out. Look! She broke Canadian Gillian Creminice's previous record, whose eyelashes measured 3.17 inches long.
In your imagination, I've got long eyelashes.
It all started in 2013 when she noticed her eyelashes on her upper left lid started growing supernaturally during an 18-month spiritual retreat. While there, she realized that her eyelashes were special. She put this situation down to the healthy and harmonious life she had. She's been taking good care of them ever since to set a world record. Now her eyelashes reach her chin, and she's happy to have them like that because she says this means she's in excellent condition and has a healthy life. Number 5. Stellar. If you thought that all rarities came naturally, this artist shows us that being special may also be an option. Artist Stelios Arcadou, better known as Stellar, is a performance artist who organizes contemporary art exhibitions where he criticizes how incapable the body is to put up with adaptability. And his biggest dilemma is the concept that the human body is obsolete.
That's so poetic.
This artist lives in Australia, and his extreme performances take technology and biology to the limit. So in 2007, he had a cell-cultivated ear implanted surgically on his left arm. Just as you heard it, an ear. This was his longest performance, called Ear on Arm, and unlike other exhibitions, this one needed more than one surgery to result in an ear attached to a place where I'm not sure it should be.
So this ear is for people in other places
so they can remotely access.
What do you think? Number 6. Carlos Rodriguez. Since the mugshot of Carlos Rodriguez went viral, Happy, as he also calls himself, is known for being the man with only half a head in Miami, United States.
Ouch.
As you see, after a tragic car accident, he was left with half a head and lost much of his brain after flying off the windshield and landing headfirst onto the road. That must have hurt, right? Turns out this man was under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Due to his injuries, the doctors had to cut off most of his head, giving him a really scary zombie movie appearance.
That's why it's no good. Drinking and driving, or drugness and driving, no good, kids. No good.
Even so, this man didn't learn his lesson, and in 2016, he was charged with attempted murder. Number 7. Myra Hills. This woman could be an ordinary model if you look at her from the back, but when she's in front of you, there are 2 outrageously large reasons that make her look strangely disturbing.
All right, let us begin.
Myra, better known as Begin in the world of adult films, is a German model who, after 25 breast surgeries, became one of the women with the biggest breasts.
Tell me more.
And although she hasn't won a record yet, she always claims to hold at least one Guinness record, as each of her breasts weighs 20 pounds. Can you imagine the back pain? But what Myra likes the most is showing off her attributes on her official Twitter account. Of course, her size 32Z makes her bras 100% custom made and super reinforced. It mustn't be easy to find such large sizes in stores, right? Number 8. Jian Zhou. This Taiwanese girl went viral after posting a picture of her feet on her blog, where she doesn't hide how long her toes are. Social media blew up when noticing that her toes were over 1.96 inches long, and that she's not ashamed of it.
I'm proud of you.
She said for The Mirror that people stare at her feet every time she wears flip-flops on the street, and there are even people who have criticized her and called her a freak. But she's proud of it, so she shares her strange beauty with all internet users. Also, she says on her blog that her toes are so long that she can grab the remote with them when she doesn't feel like getting up, and can even have a firm feet shake. She did make the most of her strange condition. Bonus. And if we keep talking about weird body parts, celebrities are not spared.
Lights, camera, action.
Former One Direction member, Harry Styles, came clean in an interview about his nipples. He doesn't have 2, but 4.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
4?
4.
Just as you heard it, rumors were around the internet, and the very Harry himself confirmed them. He took his little secret lightly, and even said he felt free and wasn't shy at all. Another personality who isn't spared either is model Karolina Kurkova, since she isn't famous only for being a Victoria's Secret angel, but for having an almost absent belly button that turns heads during her photo shoots. Photographers do it all to hide that detail, but it's almost impossible not to notice it. Number 9. Ayanna Williams. If you thought your manicure was something unforgettable, that's because you haven't heard of this woman. She has such long nails that she would be able to never need a remote, since she could change channels just by stretching herself out a little. This nail artist has taken good care of her fingernails for over 23 years and let them grow until setting a world record. Her left hand nails are 128.5 inches long, and the right hand ones are 983.46 inches long. Having a total length of 226.92 inches, it takes her up to 20 hours and 2 bottles of nail polish to paint them.
This is divine!
Although it isn't common to see many women with such long fingernails, for Ayanna and her relatives it's totally normal. She admits having never imagined that she'd ever set a Guinness World Record, because this achievement was something far off and beyond reach for her.
You gotta be strong, your personality has to be strong, because you're gonna have a lot of people hating on you, they're not gonna understand.
And it's easy to imagine that her fingernails need courage, discipline, and too much patience. Are you ready to keep seeing human weirdness? Well, this number will leave you speechless. Number 10. Rob Spence. Did you know about bionic people?
Wait, what?
Well, this happened to Rob Spencer, a filmmaker who lost his right eye in an accident with a shotgun, so he's blind in one eye. When Rob realized the damage in his eye, he started to look into eye cameras and met his need with them.
I should get a prosthetic eye with a wireless video camera inside.
In this way, his profession made him replace his eye prosthesis with a 2008 wireless video camera that allows him to record up to 30 minutes. What is recorded with this camera can be sent to another screen, such as a monitor or television, and it's analog, not digital. The camera isn't connected to his optic nerve, so he can't see through it, but he can record what his eye is focusing on. Spence films his documentaries in Ontario, Canada, where he lives and is known for referring to himself as Eyeborg, a combination of eyes and cyborg.